Austria. We're just travelling a short distance across the border to Switzerland. Oh, what a country, what a heritage. They've won the contest a number of times. Let's take a look at how they've won so far.
Refrain, couleur du ciel, parfum de mes 20 ans.
Who could forget Celine Dion, the last winner for Switzerland in 1988? I wonder whatever happened to her. French-Canadian singer. And also, can we just draw attention to the fact that most female presenters have a costume, a dress change, whereas Elliot is having a bandana change for every new entry this evening, which I just thought I'd throw out there. Gustav is bound to notice that.
Can we rename him? Can we rename him? I think it's about time we refer to him as Rocky. I just think there's something about him. And just on the Celine Dion reference, can we just say how I think it's fantastic how the doily was invented from the dress she wore that night.
It was a fantastic dress.
In what world? Even for the 80s, that was bad.
Well, yes, to be honest. And let's not forget that Bruce Forsyth on British TV certainly made sure that people never forgot that it was Yugoslavia that never voted for the UK and gave Switzerland the ultimate victory that year. But we digress, people, because last year was a good year for Switzerland. They qualified for the final for the first time since 2014.
Yay!
This was amazing. It was the wonderful Luca Hani who sung the amazing song She Got You. This year, they are going a little bit different. We've got Gjons Tears with the song Répondez-moi. Let's take a listen.
Excuse me, Stuart, but I'm from the pronunciation police, and it is Répondez-moi, not Répondez-moi.
Well, you called me Stuart. I don't know whether to be complimented or
I mean
not.
Tom, sorry.
I'll be offended.
Well,
sorry, Stuart.
There we go. And then she apologises to Stuart. Oh, I have to
Moving
say,
swiftly on. Digging a bigger hole.
This is already getting attention in the chat room. Katja says Gjerne is so funny. Okay.
Thank you.
But John Boy says Switzerland singing one of their native languages for the first time since 2010. Yay, je l'adore. But also says, sorry, Celine, terrible frock. Gustav, I love Switzerland's song. Schulwocker, 1955, Switzerland won in French. 32 years later, they won again in French. 32 years later, will they win again in French? Who knows? Paul Seven says the Swiss song is so emotionally deep, it gives me goosebumps. Yolanda Sarah says the Swiss song is my winner this year. It's stunning. Oh, so much high praise for Switzerland. Let's go straight to Martin.
Hello. Yeah. No, I knew about the 32 thing as well. Damn. There you go. So yes, it could be. My cat. So annoying. Just bang. There you go. Yeah.
That was quite the view. I wonder what you were going to show us.
No, it's not that sort of show, is it?
No.
It never will be.
Things can change, Martin. You lead the way.
Well, you're desperate. You're desperate for viewers. Eh? No, anyway. This is another one like the Dutch. Is that the video? It didn't quite connect with me. I mean, he sings it well, and I suspect that this is going to be really another one that's going to go down well with the juries, and it's in French, which is always a good thing. But I want to see it live, because the video itself didn't really get me. You know, it wasn't bad. It just didn't really grab me in any way, shape or form, really. And but then again, having said that, in this semi-final, because it's in with all these, you know, bangers, so to speak, I think this will probably stand out quite well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Switzerland sails through to the final.
Okay, Stuart, what's your take?
But can we start with his name? Because I had endless amounts of laughter over this. Gjon's Tears. I know I've mispronounced that, but that would be pronounced Gjon's in the UK, which to me sounds exactly what it's like when someone presents me with chicken nuggets. Stuart's Tears from Chicken Nuggets. Gjon's Tears. This is a weird choice of a title. Répondez-moi. Answer me. Where's Jörna? She's behind bars at the moment. We've locked her out. She's looking at me like she might give me evils. For those who can't see, Tom, this is going to win Eurovision. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely everything I've been looking for so far. It has choir strings, modern beat. The actual essence of the song is phenomenal. It flows beautifully, and I can see juries and televoters voting for this in the same way they voted for Duncan Lawrence last year. It's definitely one to watch. Will it win Eurovision? Maybe I'm being a bit overly positive, but it's certainly going to be there or thereabouts.
Okay, and do you know what? I think it was very unfair of you, Stuart, to lock out Jörna at that point in time. And look, he's run off now. He's run off, Jörna, just when you were about to correct him on his pronunciation. But
Yeah.
Jörna, what do you make of the Swiss entry of Répondez-moi?
Well, it's a nice surprise to see them singing in French, you know, for the first time in 10 years. Always liked some French songs, but it didn't catch me in the beginning. But I've listened to it a few more times, and I'm starting to warm up to it. It's not bad, and he is from Albanian Kosovar descent, so Albania is participating in the semi-final.
Which could be some votes, couldn't it?
Yes.
Interesting to note that did compete in the first season of Albania's Got Talent, and also made the semi-finals of the French The Voice. Is it The Voice La Plus Belle Voix? And Jörna will probably either thumbs up or thumbs down my pronunciation of that one from the chat room, which I think stands in excellent stead when it comes to live vocals. Let's go across to Ian.
Hello. Okay, so this is my prediction. I think this is one of the songs that might win Eurovision. If there's any ballad that would win Eurovision, this is it. This is the predecessor to Arcade. I like the topic of the song. It has this, I've read the lyrics. It's about immigration and children who move to another country and how it affects them. It is also the better French song for this year, unless Portugal comes with that other French song. What I would say though is they need to hone his. I haven't seen this live, so it might be terrible. He has 3 high notes in the song. If you, 3 high notes. So I don't know if he can do it all, land all those 3 notes. Because if he falls on one, it falls altogether.
But let's put this into context, that having that pedigree of different live competitions, I hope, and I like to think, for Stuart's sake as well, because let's face it, the old boy likes to be right every now and again. That the high notes will be hit, and Stuart's betting might actually yield some dividends this year. Gemma, what's your take on Switzerland's entry?
Oh, I found this song to be stunning. Someone said that, and that's the word I'm going to use. I just love it. I do love a banger, but also this just captures me. And like when you watch the video, my favorite part, it doesn't quite fit in, but still my favorite part, is he's just standing there. The next thing he's got glitter falling on his face. And I love it. And I'm going to have to try and figure out how I can do that now too.
Yay! Oh, do you know what, though? Just make sure your glitter's of a certain size, otherwise you could end up being a bit like Ira Losco when she did Seventh Wonder 18 years ago. 18 years ago! In 2002, when she blew some glitter out to the audience. Elliot, wrap this up for us. Switzerland.
Right, well, I remember seeing this online when it was going to drop, so I ran to YouTube and I saw it when it was literally being premiered, and in that, they didn't say who the artist was. It was literally like, bang, here's the song. And it did something I haven't had all year, which made me threes, and I'm going to admit this, I nearly cried. This song is beautiful. There is just something about it, and I just went, oh my God. Also, whilst we've been on air, it's now up to 5th in the odds to win. It's been climbing every single day. Switzerland have done what they do best since they've gone internal. They've got the artist and they know what works for that artist. And when he went on The Voice, his mentor was Mika. So he's been trained to hit those highlights like Mika can do. And also, when I was doing my research, I found this out, which I found quite interesting. He was willing to go for France in Destination Eurovision this year before they scrapped the format. And France TV must be kicking themselves, like, because he is known in France, he would have done quite well. Yeah, this song is beautiful. Like I said, it's about him, being his parents being from Albania and Kosovo. He's from Switzerland. He has all these questions about why he's here and wants answers. It's done so well, and with such fragility in his voice. I'm expecting a real moment on stage. Will it win? I'm not sure, but Luca got them their best result in 26 years last year, and I think it's not out of the question to ask that he could even top Luca's result from last year. Like, people have gone mad for this song since it first dropped. I haven't seen that. I don't even think She Got Me got that much of a reaction this year as this song has. It's beautiful.
That's because it's haunting, and it's the type of song that can win Eurovision because it resonates with you immediately, which is exactly what Duncan Lawrence did. And then remember going back to all the reaction videos from various Eurovision fan media last year, and you had bloggers crying over Duncan Lawrence. Their tears were rolling down their faces, and this had the same reaction. And it doesn't matter if it's a similar type of song. This also sounds like London Grammar's Strong. If you ever heard that song or haven't heard that song, go and listen to it. But the point is, if you get that kind of emotional reaction to a song, it means it resonates, and it means it's a very, very, very good song. This is a very good song, and it certainly is the can win Eurovision bracket pot or whatever. Let's see.
Oh, and I think we've lost some audio from Stuart there. My personal opinion on is I quite like the song, and I think there was a comment in the chat room from Martin as we've been exchanging views that it's in French, and that could prove to be an issue. Although I'm not sure it's going to be as much of an issue these days. I think the bigger thing is that if you have a song that is haunting and fragile, you have to make sure that you don't go too far towards the haunting and fragile side, that you end up losing the impact on stage. Because if I think about haunting and fragile, I actually think more about Panda, Austria last year, which I did think was presented in that very haunting and fragile way, but too much so, whereas Duncan Lawrence managed to get the balance right with the musical backing behind him. But do you know what? I think this is going to do quite well, and I definitely see it as a qualifier. Let's see what my panel think. Martin, where are you going to place this one?
Yes, it should qualify because of what's around it, because it will stand out. I want to see it live to see, as Ian was saying, whether all the vocals are there, and even how his stage presence is. As for how well it does, I said purely about French because all the fans were going about, oh, Mercy's going to win, for instance, because we'll all understand what what the message behind that was. Nobody in voting in the final really had a clue what was going on, what it meant, because most people watching it don't understand French. So that's the downside if you're relying on the lyrics. It could be a top 10. It could be a top 5 if this is amazing. It's not my favourite ballads. I've got Norway, Romania, and Albania at the moment, but that's probably going to totally change above it. But yeah, it's a good song, and I think it's got potential to be a top 10.
Okay, Ian, what's your take?
Okay. It needs a staging. The staging needs to tell the story. My prediction would be it's gonna go top 10, but I don't know if it's going to win. It might win because if there are some songs that are the same, that are really high right now in the odds. So if like they cannibalize each other, I think Switzerland has a chance and maybe win by like a point.
Oh, wouldn't be the first time for them. Wouldn't be the first time.
What happened, Tom? We lost him.
I've no idea what happened there. Gemma.
Well recovered.
All right. So we just going with if I think it's going to qualify. Is that what we're up to?
Do you think he's going to qualify? Do you think it's going to actually? Where would you place it if it got through to the final?
Yep. No, I think it's going to qualify. I would not be surprised if it's top 10.
Okay, and Yana.
Well, I think it will qualify as well. And I don't know, I want to see it live, but maybe top 10.
Okay, and Elliot.
Oh yeah, this is sailing through to the final. Let's not even entertain it. Won't qualify. It's sailing through. It'll be left to like song 16 or 17 now. That real lasting impression moment, I think, as well. It could probably, looking at who's in the semi-final, win the jury semi-final. I feel like it's got such strong jury appeal. In the final, I can see it in the top 5. I would be really, really happy if this won, to be honest. And it's going to be a close year. Like, this year is very strong. There's a lot of very solid entries, like, Attention, Roxanne, Ukraine. Like, so many countries are bringing such strong things. It's going to be very close, like 2011. So someone could just sneak it. The only reason I don't want Switzerland to win is that it's so expensive there. I'll be like,
Yes.
no, I cannot survive 2 weeks there. But I think this has got amazing potential to do just as well as Luca did last year.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming, Stuart, that you're putting this in for the win.
So I've got top 10. No, I haven't. Let me start again. I've got top 5 in the semi-final. I'm not going winners yet. It's still an open playing field. And I've got top 10, possibly top 5 in the Eurovision final. That's where I'm at.
You got every country in the top 10.
Yeah, it's because I've played this game before. I don't want the hate. I don't want the heat online. Talking of which, can I just check if you got birds in your room with you? Because it's either that or R2D2's come to visit.
It's me. I'm sorry. The sun's come up and all the birds are awake.
That's what
I'll
it is.
shut the window next time and turn the air conditioning on. I live in the country, guys.
It's not me.
For a minute, I thought it was in a scene from Star Wars. There was R2D2 in the background.
No, Australia's very confused right now. All the birds think it's spring. It's not. It's autumn. But anyway.
Can you send them our way? Rain for 3 months solid in the UK.
We're in a bottle of sunshine.
My personal take is I'm not going to put this in the top 10. I'm going to put this in the mid-table range, qualifying for final, but just missing out on the top 10 because I like to be different. But we wish Switzerland all the luck of the world in the second semi-final, which is going to be on the 14th of May in Rotterdam. And do you know what? I think they've got a really good chance this year. And it's nice to see them build on something after Luca Hani's great performance last year as well. But guys, do you know what? I think that is Switzerland done.